We have reached Geiranger fjord now, and we have been traveling from Copenhagen, and we had one stop on the way with some family we haven't been seeing for a year and a half because of this corona thing. But we left there this morning and now we have landed here in Geiranger. The trip here from Oslo to Geiranger went pretty easy. We didn't even feel we had the camplet on the hitch on the Kia. The biggest challenge on the trip from Oslo was the road up here. It's really steep, and the turns are really like this all the way down. But we didn't really feel it at all. The camplet on the hitch and the Kia here, and with the brakes on the camplet, it was no problem at all, because this one weighs, the camplet only weighs 500 kilos. So with the brakes and everything, the car's brakes didn't turn warm and neither did the camplet. It was really easy and we had no problems at all. But now we're enjoying and looking forward to enjoying this 2-day stay here in Geiranger. The campsite here in Geiranger camping, has this really unique location. It's placed in the bottom of the Geiranger fjord, and you can see here behind me how beautiful it is. The campsite is really simple. It doesn't have any really fancy stuff like fancy playgrounds or water parks or things like that. It's really simple, back to basics. It has some service facilities up here, which are okay. It's okay. It's not fancy, and there's only like 5 toilets for each gender. So sometimes you have to stand in line, but it is okay. And the bathing facilities are decent, absolutely decent. You have to pay to take a shower, but it's not that expensive. It's like 10 Norwegian kroners for 5 minutes, and that's absolutely enough. If you take a look around the campsite, you see that you have all that you need. You don't have any fancy things, as I said, but you have spots with electricity and you have 10 spots without electricity. And there are some spots here on the campsites which have this absolutely unique location. And that are the spots down here right by the fjord. And there are several spots there, and they cost a little bit extra, but if you can get one of those spots, it's worth it. The spot we are on is not one of those spots, but still, look at this view we still have here. So you don't necessarily need one of those more expensive spots. Geiranger camping is a simple campsite where you have the facilities that you need to camp, but it has this amazing, fantastic, unique location. Hi there. We are settled down now. It's been a couple of hours since we arrived here, and now we're just sitting here in the awning enjoying ourselves. It's really cozy. We're having a good glass of red wine. What I really like about this awning is that, and this camplet, is that when you sit here, you are together, whether you sit over there or you sit here or you are laying in one of the sleeping cabins. Because this is one big room. You can stay together as a family. If I had kids with me, my kids are too old to travel with me right now, but if they were with me, they would probably be laying in one sleeping cabin over here and checking out their iPhones or their iPads or whatever. But we would still be together as a family because this is one big room. I really enjoy that. And I can stand in the kitchen cooking, and Bjarne could sit here and checking out his computer, but we will still be together as a family. What is so amazing right now is like 11 o'clock in the evening. Check out this light. It's still light outside. We're in Norway. It's so amazing. But it's not that long until we have to go to bed. But it's still so cozy sitting here, just hanging out and having a good glass of wine. Everyone says that you have to see Geiranger fjord from the waterside, and I've seen it from the waterside one time on a tour boat, but this time I want to try it another way. I'm going to take my subboard here and I'm going to paddle out the fjord here and try to see it that way. I'm a newbie on subboard, believe me, I am. And I look at the fjord here and I look at the water, and it looks really calm and it looks really nice. A good thing you are not really far from the coast or far from the sides of the fjord at any time. So if you get in trouble, I'm quite sure that it's not that difficult to just sit down on a paddleboard and paddle into the side and get back here to Geiranger. We're going to start here in the bottom of the Geiranger fjord, and the water is really shallow, so you have to paddle out a little bit, but it's not a problem because the fjord is not that wide. So I'm really looking forward to taking my paddleboard down to the water here, paddle out a little bit, stand up on this board and try out the water down here. It has been really cool subboarding here in Geiranger fjord. It's so neat that we can bring our subboards on our camplet, and it's inflatable subboard, so it's no problem having them on the top of the camplet, and we can just inflate them and go out here on the fjord. It's so nice, and this place is amazing for subboarding. Geiranger is the city, or the village I would call it, that's in the bottom of the Geiranger fjord. It's not really a big city, but there's what you need to stay here for a couple of days. It's got a really good campsite. There are plenty of hotels if you need that. There's one supermarket and a lot of souvenir shops and some restaurants as well. So it's really a cozy city, but don't expect anything big. You visit Geiranger city here, or village, because of the nature around here and the fjord, because this area here is really unique. It's so amazing. I could sit here all morning and just drinking my morning coffee and just looking at this view. A really good thing about the camplet is that there's windows all the way around, so whatever way you look, you have this amazing view when you're parked like this. But unfortunately, I don't have time to sit here all day and just hang out, because we have things to see. Many of the waterfalls in Norway are really powerful. Just look at this one behind me here. It's right above the campsite here in Geiranger, and I'm like standing here, look at my glasses, it's getting wet, everything is getting wet. And we're going to proceed up here to see what's waiting us up there. I don't know the correct story about this, but there is a power plant here, small one, and it's further down the hill here. But you can see the old pipes here and see how they're built up on these pedestals of rock. It's really fun. It's not working anymore, but I think there used to be a power plant here. In this area they have made this waterfall trail where you can follow the waterfalls which are going all the way up here. There are these big ones and there are smaller ones all the way up. But we only want to go to here, but you can see the waterfall starts all the way up there. And it goes all the way down. You can hear the noise, it's really, really noisy here. And you can see the campsite down here. And I can even almost see our camplet from down up here. But this waterfall goes down right in the middle of the campsite. So when it comes down there, it's still powerful, but not as powerful as here. But we can hear it 24/7. Igenom campingplassen. It's our last night here in Geiranger, and it's been a wonderful couple of days here. It's been really amazing to experience this nature, this water out here, everything that's been going on here. And one thing I think is really great is that usually there's a lot of cruise ships out here in the fjord, but because of the corona, they're not here. And so the fjord has been a lot more calm than it usually is. It's been really great with the camplet. It's been working perfectly. We had this close to nature experience that I wouldn't have in a caravan or a van or an RV or something like that. It's really great because I'm inside and outside on the same time. It's really been working great. And tomorrow is going to be really interesting because we are going to drive some of the most difficult roads in Norway with the Kia and the camplet on the hitch. And believe me, I don't think it's going to be any problem, but let's see tomorrow.